So I just having lunch, pork tenderloin, and I'm actually looking at one of the videos I posted on my Instagram at Coach Paul DeAngelis, and got 10,000 over 10,000 views. Good. It's way over my average. I don't have a big following. No, nor do I try to. I try to keep my business intimate. All my business is intimate, and over 1,000 likes. So it was about Annapurna, which I was talking about being the most difficult mountain in the world to climb, and so it made me think. And this is a question I get a lot of. I'll get one at least once a week, as far as is Kilimanjaro. How difficult is it, right? And I guess the question is Kilimanjaro for everybody? No, it's not. Mountain climbing is not for everybody. I never hard sell people on climbing a mountain. They need to come to me, and they need to do their own research. You have to take responsibility for something you would choose to do. I don't want people that are doing it because it's the cool thing to do, or because their friend is going to do it. Meanwhile, they don't have any interest in preparing for it, or not. Now, I'm not saying you might find sometimes you have to dabble in something before you understand if you really like it or not. But Kilimanjaro kind of fits the bill as an intro level mountain climb. It's not really a mountain climb. It's more of a hike. I mean, if you take the altitude out of the equation, it's really a hike in a national park in Central East Africa. However, the altitude is the issue. And so you have to have the right attitude when you climb a mountain that presents high altitude. So Mount Kilimanjaro, being a big ass mountain, takes time and patience to climb it. And I talk about that sweet spot a lot, not taking too much time nor too little time to climb a mountain. You leave that up to the experts like myself, who've been, I've been guiding for 30 years, 3 decades, I can say. Me personally, I've been on Kilimanjaro over 50 times in a working capacity. And I love that fact that I've helped thousands of people succeed on their dreams of climbing to the roof of Africa. But going back to it, not being for everybody, for the people that are interested, if you do have an interest in it, it really is an opportunity to challenge yourself. It's easily accessible from Middle East, from Europe. You can get there. Flights come into Kilimanjaro International Airport every day. There's a rainy season, a dry season, but you can climb the mountain 365 days a year. I'll go over in another video the different seasons and what the best time to climb, but you can climb it anytime. And we help you with the preparation. We have a team in Moshi, which is right at the base of Kilimanjaro. And so we're not limited to any dates. We get messages from people that want to climb next week, that they're going to be in town, they're finished a safari, and they're like, yeah, man, I just want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I got some time, let's do this. As long as we talk to you, we get a little bit of background information, you fit the bill, and you're ready to listen to how we do it successfully. Because to this day, not just Kilimanjaro, but all the big mountains around the world, they still are not done correctly. And when I throw this number at you, this surprises a lot of people, okay? The success rate on Mount Kilimanjaro, being an intro level mountain, is only about, and it fluctuates year to year, so I'm going to round it up or down, is about 40%. 40% of the 75,000 to 100,000 people that attempt it on a yearly basis actually make the top. How terrible is that for an intro level? Part of the reason is they themselves don't do the homework, do the research. They themselves don't hire proper guidance and support. So if it's you that has any interest in climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, what's the first thing you do? You surround yourself with people that have done it before. Talk to people. Talk to friends and family members that have done it. Hear their experience. Reach out to different companies. Reach out to the different local companies. See how they do it. Then come to me, okay? Once you've done a little bit of research, and I debunk all the concerns you may have and all the questions you have. And I'll tell you this, I've been doing this for such a long time. There's no question that I haven't answered before. And it might be a question unique to a certain situation you're in. I get that. But generally, there's no question I haven't been asked before. So I can clear a lot of things up on how it should be done. Because remember, guys, even though it's not technically difficult, it really is important that we keep you safe, that you enjoy the process. And I'm not talking about just when you land. I'm talking about the process. You should be guided before you ever step into Tanzania. So these are things that we help you with, okay? And I want to make sure that communication, if you want to be successful, communication is utmost important. It's important from anybody, from your guide to you, the client that's a prospect to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, or any mountain for that reason. We're not exclusive Kilimanjaro outfit. We climb any mountain around the world as long as it's safe. It's going to be fun for you. And the last thing I didn't mention, that your success rate is going to be way more than 40%, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, my listeners, my subscribers, that Mount Kilimanjaro should be into the high 90s as far as the success rate. And the reason I don't give it 100%, because first of all, nothing is guaranteed, and I will never guarantee a summit for anybody, although people have asked me, will you give me my money back if we don't do this? Because there's parts of it, we know how to do it, but there's a lot of pieces to the equation here. Are you going to be able to rise to the occasion? Because it is a challenge. That altitude will challenge you either on day 1, day 2, or maybe on day 5 when you go for the summit. So that is just a reality. There's no such thing in my company, in any ways, as far as a money-back guarantee. You have to be responsible for your choice, but you have to understand we will support you the utmost, and that's what we do well. So, guys, if you have any questions, if you're interested, like the video. Just the way it is, it helps get it out. I'm trying to build an education on how to do mountains correctly. So in this particular case, I'm talking about Kilimanjaro, because the adventure travel world, it is an incredible world, but people just don't want to, maybe they want to pay the money for the right guidance. They want to cut corners as far as the financial part of things. Well, then you get what you pay for. They don't want to prepare properly, or they never get the guidance on how to prepare for a trip too. Not that you can prepare for high altitude unless you live in a high altitude town and city around the world, which is not the case. There's ways to do this, and we help you out with that. So reach out to me, Mountain Climbing Adventures, Paul DeAngelis. I'll meet with you personally and your prospective group, and we can talk about the best time, are you a good fit, and more importantly, the realities of what it takes to climb this mountain. So anyways, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope to really help people reach their goals of climbing high mountains around the world. So we're just doing focus on Kilimanjaro. Peace, guys. Thank you.